This is Crystal, and today I have my week 13 spread in my 2018 Project Life album. This is the last week of March, and I am still using my March Pocket Life kit from Citrus Twist Kits. I am really down to the last bits of this kit, but I think I can make it work. So what I have planned so far, I have my photos. I haven't trimmed them out yet, but I have them printed. And I've picked out a couple papers. I really wanted to use the black and white papers from the kit this week. And then this is kind of where I'm getting my color scheme from. This kind of map paper from the kit. And I've pulled out some die cuts. I've picked out some of the brighter colors. That's kind of what I had left mostly. And I wanted to use them up, and I thought that they would go well with this particular paper, and there are some bright colors in my photos as well. I only had a couple labels left in the kit, so I did grab some labels from my stash. These are Ellie's Studio, and just some colors that I thought kind of went with what I have out here. I also have some of the alphas and puffy stickers left, so I want to try and use some of those up. And then I also have the stars, the puffy stars from Pink Fresh Studio. These were not part of the kit, but they were part of the embellishment kit for March. So I have those too. In addition to that, I think I also want to try some repeat stamping this week. It's something that I've been playing with a bit, and I've been having lots of fun, so I thought I might try to include it in this week's spread. All right, so other than that, I guess it's time to get started. I'm going to start by trimming down all my photos, and I've sped this up quite a bit so that you don't have to watch me go through all of this. But I'm just trimming them down to 3x4, or I think the smaller ones are 3x3, or maybe just slightly smaller than that. I think they're 2.5 by 2.5 actually. And I'm looking at the dates on the back to make sure that I have them in kind of the order, although I move them around so much by the end that they're not exactly in chronological order anymore, and that's fine with me. It doesn't really bother me that the pictures in the spread are out of order. It's just kind of a snapshot of my week, so whatever order works best, that's what order they end up in. And you can see I'm still not happy with it. I'm moving them around. Because I have two smaller photos and two black and white photos, I don't want them to be side by side, so I'm just trying to give the spread some balance. And now I'm going to trim down those papers that I chose to 3x4 to fit into the pockets. I know I want to use this one next to the picture of our walk, so I place it there, and then I grab the other black and white paper, that is, the one I know I want to use for my title card, and the darker one will go behind the picture of my new typewriter. And then I think I might use it behind the smaller black and white picture as well, but it feels too heavy, it feels too dark on that picture, so I end up moving it. And I've already forgotten that I intended to do some repeat stamping, so I grabbed a grid card thinking I would need it for that spot, but I will remember here in a minute and put it back. So now I'm just going to go through the ephemera pieces that I picked out, the die cuts, and place them where I think they might go. I don't adhere anything down yet. I'm just kind of giving myself an idea of what the spread might look like, so I have some direction to go forward with. And here's where I remember that I intended to do the repeat stamping. So I did have a piece of cardstock, but then I remembered that I had a blank 3x4 card in that set of grid cards from Citrus Twist Kits, so I used that instead. And now I'm just looking for the stamp that I want to use to repeat, and I end up going with those little triangles. And I have two colors of pink ink. This one is a super duper old American Crafts chalk ink, and the other one is a Memento ink. And I'm just going to, not really in any pattern, just kind of all over the place, repeat stamp these triangles in the lighter pink at the top and the darker pink at the bottom. And I've sped this way up because it did take a little bit of time. And then I'm just cleaning up my stamp and putting the inks to the side before I adhere the photo to this background that I created. And of course, I don't get anything straight the first time, so I always have to make an adjustment. And then I thought I would come back to it, but I decided just to go ahead and add my journaling since I was pretty sure I knew what I wanted to say. So I just grabbed my gel pen and I'm going to write a few lines in that label. And it's still not quite straight enough for me, so I do some more adjusting before I decide to add the date, just using my date stamp at the bottom of the card. Oh, and still not done. Of course, it needs a puffy star as well. I really do love these puffy stars. I've been using them all over the place, and there's still quite a few left, so they're gonna last me a little while. Okay, moving on to this bottom photo. I know I want to use this round label, so I add it to the top corner, and then I'm just going to trim off the edges where it goes off the edge of the photo, and then I will add my journaling again. And of course, it's not quite finished, so it needs a puffy star. So now I'm going to work on my title card, and I am actually going to use one of these Amy Tangerine paper clips that came in the kit. I was sure when the kit came that there was no way I was going to use them, that they were going to be way too thick for my Project Life album, but I decided to give it a try, and I actually really love the way it turns out. I love the dimension that it adds and the bit of shadowing behind it. And it isn't super bulky. I'm kind of amazed that it fits in the pocket pretty well. And I thought at first maybe I would have to put it on the outside of the pocket and put a little hole so that it could slide through, but it works, it fits, and I'm really happy with the way it turns out. So I'm just gonna add the week number below where that clip is gonna go. And then I'm going to add a label so I can stamp the dates for this week. I think it needs just a little something else, so I'm going to look at the puffy stickers and add a little puffy heart with a staple, of course. I was so excited to get my We Are Memory Keepers typecast typewriter this week. So I knew I needed to add a picture of it. I've been wanting a typewriter for so long, and I finally just broke down and bought myself one, and I'm so glad that I did. For this picture, I am going to cut out a little label so that I can do a tiny bit of journaling, and I'm also using this die cut piece that says Taking Chances. It's a photo of our dog with a muzzle on. Unfortunately, we've had to muzzle her around the cats while she's still getting used to them. But now that it's several weeks later when I'm recording this, I can tell you that she no longer needs the muzzle, and we're very happy that she doesn't have to wear it anymore. But for a little while, just to make sure that the cat stayed safe, we needed to make sure that she wasn't going to bite them. For this picture of our Easter dinner, I know that I want to use these alpha stamps to stamp something on the bottom, and I end up just going with the word Easter to keep it simple. And I'm using StazOn ink since I am stamping on a photo. Again, not great with the stamping, but at least I did remember to start in the middle of the word so that I could get my spacing sort of right. Things don't stamp real well again, but I'm learning, and I think I'm getting better. And I'm just going to keep going until I do. For this picture, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. There's a die cut piece, actually it's from the cut apart sheet. It says adventuring, so I'm just going to adhere that to the top of the photo and then add that little heart from the die cut pack, and I'm going to staple it on, and then I'm going to end up doing a little bit of journaling, just a few lines down the side of the photo in that white space, just using my my favorite gel pen once again. And that's that one all done. So I'm going back to this picture, and I want to add the word happy above Easter, and I'm not crazy about my handwriting, but I don't feel like going through my stamps to find one that says happy, so I just go ahead and write it and call it good enough. So both of these bottom pictures are from the same day. They're from Easter Sunday. And we spent most of the day working in our kitchen before stopping to make our traditional Easter dinner. So I'm going to do some journaling about that day on this card in the middle. And to do that, I'm just going to add this yellow label to the bottom and then write out the very short story I have to tell about it. And since it is Easter, I figure I might as well use this rabbit puffy sticker from the kit, because I'm pretty sure I'll never use it any other time. And then I'm just thinking if there's anything else from the sticker sheet that I might want to use. And nothing else really works. So I have just one more story to tell, so I need another label to add to that card in the middle. I chose this green color to kind of tie in some of the other greens from the spread. And it's not quite done. It needs just a little something else. Of course, it needs a puffy star. I'll add a staple, and then that's all done. And that is pretty much it for the spread. So here are a few close-up pictures. If you found some inspiration in this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to get notified when I upload new videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys.